All right, guys, we just came back from Sydney to participate at the 2026 Mega Nationals, and Aaron competed for the 74 kilo weight class, ended up being the national champion. So this video, we're going to talk about what happened, what was going through our heads, and how fun the battle was. So Aaron competed in the 74 kilo weight class, and this was his first and last junior nationals before he moves into the open division next year. So being in his corner for this one meant a lot. We didn't just come here to compete, we came here to win. Coming into this, we knew it wasn't going to be easy. You have the defending national champion and current Oceania champion, Ben Watson, looking strong. You have Lance Joseph David, arguably the best deadlifter in the field. You have Cameron Ord, the 2025 USAPL national champion, who had a clear advantage on the bench press. So during squat, out of the top 4 lifters, Lance was the only one who was able to complete a 3rd attempt squat. He squatted 245, but despite that, Ben was still in the lead, hitting a solid 250 kilos on his 2nd attempt. Aaron followed closely behind with 247.5, and Cameron was sitting at 235. So after squats, Aaron is right in the mix, but chasing Ben. So during bench press, now this is where things started to shift. Cameron, despite having the lowest squat, makes up serious ground, hitting a national record bench of 172.5 on his 2nd attempt. He misses his 175 for his 3rd, but this already puts him in a strong position. Aaron delivered exactly what we needed, finishing with a 160 kilo bench press. Ben ends up with 157.5, even though he missed his 2nd of 155. Lance finishes on 137.5. So at this point, 3 lifters, Cameron, Aaron, and Ben, are tied on a 407.5 subtotal. Cameron takes on the lead on body weight. Aaron is in 2nd, Ben in 3rd. Lance is slightly behind with 382.5, but we all know deadlifts is where Lance becomes dangerous. Going into deadlifts, we originally planned to open Aaron at 260, but we made some key adjustments. We came up with a strategy. If we want to win, we need to pull at least 2.5 more than Ben and Cameron by 3rd attempt, and ensure that the gap with Lance is substantial enough to make it difficult for him to catch up. Even though Aaron was lighter than Ben, we still needed to submit an attempt that is 2.5 kilos more than Ben, because we had the lot number disadvantage, which means if we decide to deadlift the same as Ben, we would have to deadlift first. And if we are successful with the lift, Ben has the option to change his 3rd attempt to try and chip Aaron. So after Cameron misses his 265 on his 2nd attempt, the focus shifts a little bit. At the point, it becomes a 3-man race between Aaron, Ben, and Lance. Ben hits a 262.5, bringing his total to 670. Aaron responds with a 272.5, pushing his total to 680. And Lance hits a big 280, closing the gap at 662.5. Now the pressure is on. Ben's team loads 277.5 to try and take the lead from Aaron. And then obviously with our clear strategy, we respond with 280, sticking to the plan, forcing Lance into a bigger jump as well. Ben misses 277.5. That was a huge moment. At this point, Aaron's lead over Ben is secured, but we still obviously have to stick with the 280. That's the only option available anyway. After 277.5, we can really only attempt 280. And we still really needed that lift, because That forces Lance to pull 307.5 to win. So Aaron executes 280, and from there, Lance and his coach makes the call to secure second place instead of risking everything, risking the second position and staying at third position. And yeah, they decided to pull 287.5 to match Ben's total and win on body weight. So Aaron wins the 74 kilo junior national title. And honestly, I couldn't be prouder. I helped him through the water cart for this, but Aaron is a self-coached lifter. What stands out is his ability to stay composed under pressure and adapt when things don't exactly go to plan. He sets a high standard for himself, but more importantly, he executes when it matters. So couldn't be prouder. That's exactly why he's walking away with the national champion title. And I'm so proud of you, Aaron.